know how you felt, please. Okay. And Ran Siyi in Malaysia always like a turn her like a talent into a kind of cute painting. Okay, as you can see, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the UK, and we're gonna call out there, and well, we will have kind of wonderful sharing, although it is pretty late there. So, and you will know who is with us, right? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Zhang Yaohua. Okay.
Last time they came back to Taiwan and they bought this credit for and shared with their friends. And all their friends they received the gifts were very happy. They asked me to come back when I come back to Taiwan and take some crafted hours back to UK. Some people work and some people send as a gift, so we work together, make good deeds. And this news is about the hug in the traveler trailer park in York City, and where the residents are Gypsy tribe. It's 9 years already. City volunteers started visited 9 years ago, coming every New Year to give them warm greetings and care. While visiting Edith's home, the old grandma was suffering from cancer, causing her speech logic to be disordered. Seeing the volunteers' image felt like time was retreating back to childhood. But the volunteers feel happy to see his condition. Her condition was great. And the Gypsy tribe are characterized by their love of freedom and optimistic nature, and they were deeply moved. They have strong sense of family values. Our UK volunteers, even though they have a few people there, they also did a lot of things about Tzu Chi. UK Tzu Chi volunteers held 5 community Buddha bathing events, but one event with only 4 people. It was fully held without any omissions. With their own religion, with Buddha leaves, they make a wish. With the different refugees from 20 countries and different religions in the apartment complex. The Buddha bathing guide everyone to achieve mutual respect, learning, and integration. It's a very important task. Even there are only 4 volunteers there, the event was still held without any admission. In Manchester, due to high cost of renting venues over weekends, volunteers decided to adapt creatively, holding a small Buddha bathing festival in their own living room and backyard. Children and their parents bathe the Buddha together. Public participation in this event reflects the desire for social harmony and world peace. Let's give a big hand to the UK volunteers. Now we are going to connect with our UK team. That's our deputy head of Tzu Chi UK, Zhang Yaohua. I like to be with you because you have positive energy. Hello. Her slide were made very good. Okay. Good morning, dear Venerable Master, Masters in the boat, fellow Tzu Chi brothers and sisters and friends. I'm a Tzu Chi volunteer from Manchester, United Kingdom. Today, I'm going to share the journey of more than 20 years, which began when I arrived in the UK in the year 2000. That is the start point that I was in the concentric circle. When I first came to the UK, everything was unfamiliar, the language, the culture, and I had no friends. Because I was homesick, I searched online for the Venerable Master's Dharma talks. Every day, life wisdom became my spiritual effort. In the year 2004, when my mother passed away, I deeply felt the impermanence of life. When impermanence arrives, there's truly nothing we can do. So I decided I must cherish the present and do what I can. Though my steps toward certification were put off, my steps on the Bodhisattva path never stopped. My Tzu Chi path started from my living room. Because I could not go out much, I opened my door for others to come in. At that time, I hardly knew anyone in the UK, but I told myself it's okay to open the door. Bodhisattvas will find their way. At that time, vegetarianism was not uncommon in the UK. Every Wednesday evening, I would cook vegetarian meals and invite people to have dinner at my home. After the meal, we watched Da'ai TV together and introducing Tzu Chi and the Bamboo Bank Spirit and Tzu Chi formations and 8 footprints. Each table of vegetarian connected us to the great Tzu Chi world. At that time, there were no online platform. We rely on our big ears and small ears. A set of Master Zhang Yan's teaching and the Tzu Chi Monthly and Da'ai Drama DVDs. And we watched them together. And after that, everyone took some of the DVDs home to share with others. If someone wanted to watch Da'ai TV or listen to Master's teaching, we help them install the equipment. If they couldn't afford it, we pooled our resources to help. So the Dharma water of Tzu Chi began to flow outward from a small living room in Manchester. And people were moved to tears by stories of Tzu Chi volunteers digging water cellars in parched land. They learned to transform small love into great love, to give selflessly and even say thank you in return. Tzu Chi is not a place, it is a heart that reaches outward. When the heart opens, the door opens. Where there is love, there is a spiritual home of Tzu Chi. Everyone can speak Tzu Chi, do Tzu Chi, because goodness knows no boundary. After that, we started to decide and printed our pamphlets, and then took them to shelters, halfway houses, and prison, knocking on the doors and asking, is there any way we can work with you or serve your residents? And sometimes we were turned away, sometimes met with a smile, but we never gave up. And so we transformed those who saw Tzu Chi into those who became Tzu Chi. From many years, we have cared for a women's halfway house. That's a place filled with broken lives. Every wound was deeper and older than what we could see. So we have different type of caring. So we started with something simple, the haircut. Hair reflects life state. Messy hairs mirrors chaos. A fresh cut marks a new beginning. After the haircut, we put on handmade earrings crafted by our volunteers, so that when they look into the mirror, they could once again believe that I am worthy of love. I deserve to be seen. And this lady, when she looked at herself in the mirror, she cried, and while smiling, she asked us to take the picture of her. In this picture, she was elegant. The smile was from her heart. At that moment, we realized a compliment does not always change life, but it warms them. Companionship is letting other people feel warmth and love, so that they may find the light they lost in the darkness. And this lady was Vicky, and she told us she used to be a hairstylist. But after her father passed away, she lost her footing. Addiction consumed her, and she didn't see her children for 7 years. She never saw her kids. She wanted to be with her kid, but she didn't know how to do. We encouraged her to be our volunteer, to have a haircut for others. Maybe she can begin healing by helping others cut hair again. When she accompanied others, she also accompanied herself. And she agreed, and she truly tried. But life can be cruel and complex. The next time we met her, she was in a wheelchair. Her addiction had once again stolen her strength. And yet I still believe For that brief time, we did guard that tiny bit of light together. She tried. She was brave. And she deserved to be remembered for that. Not every act of companionship helps someone stand again. But at least in their darkness hour, we can help keep that one tiny light from going out. But not every emergency can be seen. Some crises are invisible. Once the Taiwan representative office contacted us, a Taiwanese student in the UK hadn't eaten or slept for days. And her mother cried over the phone from China, begged me to help her child. So I cooked fried rice noodles and hot and sour soup and brought them to the dormitory door. She wouldn't open the door, so I stayed outside, talking gently until she finally took the food. But I called her mother, asked her to come right away. When her mother was crying at the door and called the name of the girl, she opened the door and asked her mother, "Why did you come? You lost your job because of me, and the fee of the flight is expensive." She was standing in front of her mother, but she suddenly reached out, opened her mother's coat, and hugged her mother like a baby, pressing her ear to her mother's chest and listened to her mother's heartbeat. There was no tears, no expression on her face, but I knew her soul was crying out for rescue. She could feel the pain in her whole being. Her mother was crying, but the girl was trying to look for some strength from her mother. It is hard to imagine what's the deep storm in the girl's heart. So I learned, never rush to judge with your eyes, for what we see is really the whole truth. I was standing there and dare not to bother. I just can only listen quietly beside. And when she was home, I tried to ask her mother to see the doctor with the girl. Before she went home, I gave her some our credit handmade our ornaments. And after she went home, brothers in Tzu also gave her another one. She was happy. She told me I started to work and getting well gradually. The companionship was not the end. It's the start of a new page of life. When we are willing to quiet guard, the Dharma water finds its way into the crack, transforming wooden into light. Everyone may have a moment when they are in darkness. That's be the light that keeps watching together. Over these 2 decades, I've accompanied many lives, each carrying different stories and pain. Within every person, no matter how broken, there still remains a tiny bit of light in heart. The light may be faint, but it still finds room for love to flow in and for hope to sprout again. When I accompany others, I am also being accompanied. When I weep for others' pain, my own heart is being lessened. Each encounter teaches me to cherish the present, to let go the judgment, and to listen deeply so my heart becomes softer yet stronger. Tzu Chi is a great circle of unity. Each of us is one point on that circle. When every point is in his place, the circle remains whole without gaps. So, at last, I'll share a Jin's aphorism. Work with heart, and you'll have no guilt within. Walk with love, and you'll have no fear ahead. May we all become a pure drop of Dharma water to cleanse our heart and reflect Buddha's heart. May we flow within the scattering light along Bodhisattva's path. We may seem small, but when we are willing to enter the circle, whether at its beginning, middle, or simply as one filling a gap, I know that as long as that tiny bit of light keeps flowing, it will shine. A single drop of water can reflect the whole moon. Thank you very much. No matter where we are so touched to hear such a 10 minutes presentation. If there's no place for us to start Tzu Chi, just start from our home. She's now the deputy of Tzu Chi UK. Although we don't have many Tzu Chi volunteers there, their actions make me feel touched. The love starts in the concentric circle, and a little bit light will share the love and goodness. To promote vegetarian food is really impressive.
So, okay, Zhang, we are doing the Buddha bathing, and you will know, well, this is kind of a great training ground, okay, in the UK. And we are really grateful that through all the videos, and we will just have a recap about what they are doing, okay, in our online study group Kaohsiung. And here is one more message saying that I'm so happy that we can be online with you today. And after you know, okay, after you hear about the presentation, you must have been very touched, right? So give me your feedbacks, right? And we will have one more feedback saying that thank you very much for your heartwarming presentation that send the love, of the great love, okay, to all over the world so that the people's life can be lightened, right? And Sihui in Jiayi saying that it is wonderful that I can hear your presentation and we can walk on the same path, which is Bodhisattva path there, okay? And our light is dim, but all the dim light were like lit on together, and it is kind of a great sunshine for us, right? Okay. Well, and the message was left by our like one of the composers. Guan Xingning from Canada says that a dim light is never weak because it shines a lot of like dark hearts in people's mind, right? And you are working on the Bodhisattva path and you are lightening people's heart. And the Shi Yanfen in Japan says that this is a great circle that you open up your mind and you accept everybody into your mind. So you heal not only yourself but also others in around you. Okay, and here is a message, but I don't know who he is, right? And it says that okay, Yaohua began Ci Ji, okay, at her house, right? It is really kind of a great house, so called, right? Okay. And Yang Huiyin says like through Yaohua's presentation, okay, we learned that we can begin every like a tiny like good deeds even at her own home. Okay, so it is a message from the like Da'ai Elementary School in Tainan. Okay, and one more message says that it is light of the Dharma that you shine people. Anyway, thank you, Yaohua. Okay. And Yaohua once was, online with us, right? Well, and I said to her, you don't do this because, you were really kind of tired if you do this because of the jet lag, right? Okay, thank you very much anyway, Yaohua. Okay, and I will have your like an owl, like keychain ready with us.